Today, my friends, we're going to explore Rise of Kingdoms PC. Now, I have been using the beta version, and now it's fully released. There are some features that we want to talk about here today. My name is Shinchi42. If you like Rise of Kingdoms, consider subscribing, and there is going to be a timeline, so if you can navigate to whatever chapters you want to go to in this video. Rise of Kingdoms is a mobile game that took the world for a spin. Especially during COVID, the peak of the user base of Rise of Kingdoms player had dramatically increased since when I first started back in 2018. Rise of Kingdoms is a mobile game that you can take anywhere in the world and have fun, and you can meet players as well all over the world. Rise of Kingdoms is not just a game for fun, but it brings culture together. Now, Rise of Kingdoms is a free-to-play game that have generated so much revenue due to its microtransactions in the game. In Rise of Kingdoms, you have the option to spend to progress within the game. Now, in the last month, there has been 500,000 downloads of Rise of Kingdoms, and as well as revenue of last month is $16 million. Isn't that absolutely insane? To have a revenue of $16 million of a mobile game. Now, that's one of the biggest reasons why Rise of Kingdoms is able to develop a Rise of Kingdoms PC version where you can play it on your desktop or on your laptop. Now, how do we actually download Rise of Kingdoms on your computer? Alright, so first of all, you need to go to the description below. There's going to be a link. Now, once you've clicked that link, you will go into this page, Lilith Games, right now. And what you can see there is this thing called Windows, and you can click Windows. Since I am a Windows user, right? Click Windows, and it will give you a stuff to download in here. Then you just have to install it. If you are using a Mac with an Apple M1 chip, then you will have to click this selection. I assume it will work. Now, I'm not a Mac user, so I would definitely love to hear from somebody who is a Mac user. Once the download is complete, you should actually see it like this, okay? Then you can click that and begin your installation. Now, let's take a look into the shortcuts for the ROK PC. You have to go into the settings, and once you go there, there is this shortcut. Now, if you've made some changes through the shortcuts and you want to reset the keybinds, you can always click reset and it will bring it back to the default keybinds. Now, there's a lot of shortcuts that you can do with being on the ROK PC. But the biggest highlight here is really the selection of troops. And as you can see, there is this thing called select all troops on screen, your armies, and then troop, all right, individual troops. So let me explain these to you. So F1 is pretty much select all troops and then select all, and then F2 is select all troops on screen. All right, so if I want to select my troop number 1 here, I will have to press number 1 onto the numpad, or I could press the number 1 on the top of the keyboard, right? And then number 2, 3, and then 4, and then 5. All right, so that's how you navigate using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I want to select all troops, I will then click F1, and it will select all troops that are selectable. Okay, so pretty much it's just like double tapping in here, and that's what happens. Now, what's cool about this is the F2. Now, the F2 is something that we don't have on the mobile phone as well, because when you click F2, it will only select, which I really love, it will only select the troops that are in your vision. So this is currently in my vision, so as soon as I press F2, right, it selected it. So I'm going to unpress, selecting F2, and then there. Now, if I go here, right, there's only one troop. I'm going to click F2 and it will select my Amanitor because this is what I see within the screen. So imagine if you have a wide screen though. Just saying. So another great feature with this Rise of Kingdoms PC is that you can actually use multi-account. Okay, so what does that mean? As you can see right now, we just logged into my account. And prior to that, I had to log into my account first on my mobile device, and it logged me out. And once it logged me out, I logged into the other characters that I have. So what I did is that I went to the character management on my phone, and then I log into my farm, which is this TIK Shinchi42. And then after that, I reopened this version into the PC, and it logs me into the main account. Therefore, right now, I'm actually playing on 2 devices using 1 email. So that's one way that you can play your main and play your farm. So for example, if I want to transfer resources, I don't have to switch my account from here. I could just transfer my resources using my mobile phone within the same account and teleport it right here beside me. So what's the benefit of using this? I kind of mentioned this earlier. When you use this, you're going to be in a much better position in war situation. Definitely much less lagging. You're not going to die, right? You're not going to get wrecked. I've had really no issue that I can recall that where I was stuck and disconnected. Of course, there's some minor issue within this ROK PC, but it's really such a minimal issue that it's not even worth talking about. The thing that I've encountered before is like, the loading screen issue. But for the most part, it's pretty good. Benefits in here, make sure that you log in right now as you're watching this video and make sure to get the PC version bonus. As you can see, we're getting all these for 7 days. But besides that, there's really not a whole lot more like event-wise that they're giving out for bonus here within the ROK PC version launch date. Now, how do you link your account? So in ROK PC, so you have to go to the settings, and then you have to go pretty much the same thing what you did before. You have to go to account, and then you have to link your account. So when I first logged into this one, I logged in using my Facebook account. So as you can see, I'm already linked on Facebook and as well as linked in Google. So for most of you guys, maybe you will be linked in a Apple, and then you have to link it on Facebook. So that's pretty much what you have to do. Relatively easy, relatively simple. And another thing is that when you first started into the ROK PC, make sure to enable some of your settings, like if you need to hide the purchase info or this quick help. This is definitely very important because you will forget about it. Definitely go in here and turn on quick help. There's a lot of settings in here that depends on what you want to do within the game. Now, if you're looking to make some purchases within this ROK PC, the question is now, how can you do purchase? Because now this is not linked through Google or iOS. For example, I'm going to purchase the Shining City in the Sands. So if I try to make purchase into this one, it's going to give us a new prompt. It's actually going to give us, PayPal, or now is directly going to MasterCard or going to Visa. So if we do that, you can click go to pay, and you can enter your credit card number and credit card name, security, and then expiration date. Now, I'm not so sure because I haven't done this yet, whether or not if it's going to keep the information. Now, here's the thing. If you are an Android user, meaning you are doing Google Play, I highly do not recommend that you pay within the game like that, because in the Google, you are going to be able to get some Google points. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go log into your BlueStacks. All right, so which I still use my BlueStacks. All right, so let's see. All right, once you've logged into BlueStacks, go into Play Store and pay attention into this, because this is very important. If you're an Android user, you get some benefits. You can see that you get play points. So every time you make purchase, you earn points, and then with that, you can use the points to buy more credits. So for example, I have 2,000 credits in here, 2,500. I can actually buy about $25 worth of Google Play credit, and then I can use it to spend more in Rise of Kingdoms. So if you're Google, I highly recommend that you use the Google purchase still. Do it on your mobile or do it on BlueStacks. If you are an Apple, then do it on the PC. Is probably the same thing. I think Apple pay taxes. I'm not so sure. But in Google, we don't really pay tax onto the purchases that we do, unless maybe in different states in the United States. But yeah, I think you can definitely, do this if you're an Apple user. Just pay through credit card, or you can use, PayPal. It'll probably make you log in into a PayPal. All right. So as you can see, this is an option for that. So I'm gonna X out of that, and then how do you get out of it? Let's see. Actually, you just click X onto this one. And then, wow, there's a little bit of a bug there. That's kind of annoying. Okay, there we go. Finally figured it out. So this is Rise of Kingdoms PC. I highly recommend that many of you use this, especially during the times of war. Because in the times of war, your mobile phone cannot handle it, nor certain emulators cannot handle it. So I highly recommend get onto ROK PC, play it. It's really fun. Anyway, rockers, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video is helpful.